Well, let's have a word with AI and tech expert Dan Södergren joins us. Hello to you, Dan.
Hi there.
Hi. Do we think this is a good thing?
Well, I help people and organisations use technologies like AIs, and I'm not here to bash technology or certainly not bash Elon Musk. He's a very rich and powerful man, and of course now he's maybe the world's first trillionaire. You can, of course, Google or use any search engine or any AI to investigate about Elon Musk. Most probably don't use Grok because it might be a bit biased because he owns that. But is it a good thing? Well, he has lots of different companies, doesn't he? And he's done amazing things with those companies, and those companies have amazing power to do amazing good things for the world. I'm not always 100% sure, even though that lovely piece he says he's going to take us all with him. I have a feeling he's not.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, the rockets would have to be quite large.
Yeah.
That's true. We have this amazing space already. It's called the Earth. Mm-hmm. We have this amazing planet that he could help fix, of course, with all this money he does actually have. And therefore that would mean we wouldn't have to go to Mars or to the moon. And also I have a feeling that he has a very interesting way of looking at the world, which I have a feeling, and completely understandably, is more about him than it is about us or the average Joe. As you rightly said, the equivalent with, we just worked out some maths actually. If I go to the co-op now and buy myself a chocolate bar and a coffee, he'd have to spend the equivalent of about £25 million for it to have the same economic impact in his life.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's mind-boggling how much money he has.
He doesn't seem that bothered about whether people approve of him or not, does he?
Well, I don't sound too cliche, but if you kind of link money with power, power can corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So why would you care about what other people said if you had all the power and all the money in the world? He's quite famous at buying companies, things like Twitter, etc., for his own reasons, and then kind of using it as his own thing. So he's certainly not going to care what other people think or say. And
people want to be liked, though, don't they?
I think he's most probably beyond that. I think he actually believes that he's on a mission, from a higher mission than to be liked by people. Also, I think he realises that there's an opportunity here where he can take on the whole market and most probably win. If you think about the people who are buying shares in these things that he has at the moment, they're normally buying shares in Elon Musk. They don't really know what the companies really do. They're actually just buying into his vision. So I have a feeling he believes that he's right no matter what, and doesn't really care what other people think. But don't get me wrong. I'm not either a fan. I'm not a fanboy, so I haven't read his biographies. I don't know him. But from people that I do know who do know him, he doesn't really care what other people think.
No. Okay. Now, in terms of SpaceX itself, I mean, it's in no way a profitable company yet, is it? So it's all betting into the future, and I suppose the majority part of that is investors betting on the AI part of the business more than anything else, is it not?
Well, as you say, they're not necessarily profitable companies, and they're not necessarily doing well. If you look at how Tesla and all these other ones, you got to remember he still owns Tesla, parts of Tesla, Solar City, it's now called Tesla Energy, and of course Tesla Robots, and that needs an AI machine inside it, and of course that's why he bought Twitter, to get the data, etc. He has Starlink, which is actually pretty successful. He has other weirder companies that people forget, like Neuralink. Neuralink literally puts chips into people's brains. So if you can imagine that future. And then, of course, the other one, which is the Boring Company, which creates massive tunnels underneath the ground, which would be brilliant for Mars and for the moon, but not necessarily for here. So lots of his companies do pretty well. Some of them don't do as well. But as I say, I think people are more buying into the aura of who is Elon Musk, not actually looking at the figures. If you look at the figures, the IPO is something like 95 times higher than the revenue of the company.
Yeah.
Well, that's insane. I mean, 15's bad, but 95 is just insane.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, Dan, thanks very much. Appreciate you coming on. Dan Södergren, who's an AI and tech expert. It's 9 minutes to 6.